Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? And welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, and we all know what that means. It's time for some tools. So when I was at PRI, I was walking around just like you always do, looking at everything. And one of the things that I like to do is go clear over to the far west end of the main hall and look at all the different tools and stuff like that. I love doing the work on the trucks, but I'm infatuated with tools. I mean, you can see by my toolbox, it's just about full. And like I told you the last time, I need to add on to it. But I found this product here, and once again, you know, like I've said before, when I see something, sometimes I'm just taken back by it and I want to learn more about it. Well, what it is a company called Dedeco, and this line that I'm going to show you is their Sunburst line. What it is a bunch of different abrasive discs and wheels and stuff like that. They were actually giving out a sample, a 3-inch sample at the show, and I grabbed and brought it home. Now what that means, I wrote that on there, that's 80. That means this is an 80 grit, and it's got a maximum revolution of 15,000 RPM. If you look on here, this is their color code. You can see the yellow is the 80 grit, and for me, just to remember, that's why I wrote all of them on there. The brown's a 36. If you look inside their catalog right here, it'll show you all the different color codes of what they have. And they have stuff for Dremel size up to the 1/4 inch size, or the 1/4 inch mandrels, like for your die grinders. Now what they were using was the new Milwaukee Fuel M12 die grinder. I have not been lucky enough to be able to land one of those yet. That's probably next on my list, other than a drill and impact driver. But anyway, going on, they were just using that at the show. Obviously they didn't have air there, but you know, they were able to charge the battery. So they were using Milwaukee's M12 die grinder, which would be basically this right here, just in battery form. For these easy locks, it's just a cup, or it's just a rubber backer, and this comes in 3 different sizes: 1 inch, 2 inch, and then for the 3 inch here. What I have the most of is a 2 inch, so we're going to be trying these out tonight to see how they work. This is the mandrel right here for the Radial discs. These are available from them also, and basically what it does is, you know, you take your nut off, you got a washer top and bottom, and you put your nut on just like that. That way these are ready to go. Now, looking further in their catalog, I did find that they have the Radial discs available also with the mandrel already on them, so you could order them that way also. But these are like a thermoplastic abrasive needles, basically. I mean, they're just plastic, but for some reason I don't know what's in them. I've yet to find anything on this product to see what they're made of, besides the one pamphlet I saw said it was a thermoplastic. So what is actually in it, or what they are actually made of, I have no idea. Like I said, I've yet to find anything to tell you what these are made up of, like the structure or whatever. But they're supposed to be, I mean, virtually 100% safer than what your standard, like this would be a wire brush cup. All right, when we want to clean something, usually we go for like a knotted wire Radial disc, or here's 2 different knotted wire Radial disc, or a couple of, you know, a cup wire disc, something like that. This is just something I picked up from Harbor Freight and I have extra. But if you think about it, you have pieces of wire that's flying off of here all the time. With this right here, it's just pieces of plastic. And they have said, and I have saw, that it carries the same amount of removal consistency, whatever this is made up of, from the very top to the very bottom. So you will never lose any of the ability for this to remove whatever it is. I have a couple of different items here on the table that we're actually going to try out and see how it works. But I'm kind of anxious. I have not used this yet. I mean, the only one I had was this one, and then got on the horn and ordered this stuff here, and then also the radial disc. So I wanted to wait till tonight. That way we could all try it out together and see how it works. I'm going to set you up on the camera. I got a couple of things what we're going to try. I pulled this old receiver out of the pile. You can see how scaly and rusty that is. And then there's also some rust on the ball. I've got my compressor housing. I'm interested to see how, you know, maybe the 80 grit or the 36 grit here would work to take this Schweitzer off. And there's also these casting marks and stuff like that. You got a cast mark there. You got some type of mark there from the manufacturer. And like I said, it says Schweitzer across there. Got another cast mark. There's your date code. All that stuff, I want to take that off and smooth this. I'm still not certain how I want to finish this yet, but I do want to get it smoothed out. We have a piece of stainless there, and I also have a piece of steel there that has some paint on it. So we're going to go through and then we're going to try these and see how they work. All right, I'm going to start with the radial first. This is a 2-inch radial on a straight arbor. This is the medium 120 grit radial. So right now we're going to start with it. You can see how well that has cleaned that in them 2 different spots, and it's actually starting to take that Schweitzer off there just a little bit, and very, very, very little effort as far as pushing on that. Now I want to take the 36 grit cup sander, and then we're going to try to descale this rust a little bit. You can see that doesn't have very much wear on it at all. That's what a new one looks like. And that's what that one looks like after just this little bit of use. So not much wear on it at all. But that looked like that side right there. Now if you look at that, look at the comparison. To me, that's pretty impressive. Take that 36 on this piece of stainless steel. And you can see how that's starting to polish that just a little bit. Now what I'm curious about is if it will take this Schweitzer off of there with this 36 grit. So with that 36 grit on there, it's removing it just a little bit, but not quite like just a regular sanding disc would. All right, as you can see, the product does work pretty good. While I was waiting for the compressor to pump up and shut off, I did switch out and I put the 80 grit Radial disc in the arbor right there, and I did try to do some more on the Schweitzer part of that housing, and you can see it did start to remove it just a little bit right there, and it does have it polished up nice. I don't know, I mean, it clearly says on the front of their book right there, remove, polish, remove, smooth, finish, polish. Now, if I'm thinking removal, is that just the removal of rust or is that the removal of material? So I really don't know. The product works well. I think it does. I don't think it works well for actually removing material. I could have took just a regular, you know, this is supposed to be 36 grit right here. It really didn't take any of that material off at all. I could have grabbed a 36-inch grit disc, just a regular sanding disc, and had that off in a matter of minutes or a matter of seconds. I could have taken all of that off of there and then moved to this product right here and do some final finish work on that. So maybe I'm misinterpreting the removal part. Rust. It beats the hell out of rust. I mean, you can see how smooth that section is right there. You can see how smooth that is right there. But you can see on this side right here, it started out like that. And then that side right there is all nasty, scaly, and then the back side right there. So it does work well for removing rust. You can see my hitch pin. I took that 36 grit, or the 80 grit disc, or the 80 grit cup over this, and it worked well. You can also see, now this could be me pressing too hard, how many of the little fingers are left there, or did come off. But like I said, that could be from me just pressing too hard, because it doesn't take just trying the radial disc out in the beginning. It does not take much pressure at all for this to start cutting and removing. And maybe that's the whole issue too with this 36 grit cup. Maybe I'm pressing too hard on that aluminum compressor housing and it just won't remove it. So there definitely is a learning curve with these as far as using them, but they are a lot more forgiving than a piece of wire. I mean, let's face it, if all that come off of there when you're using a wire brush cup, it would either be stuck in your shirt, or if you just had, or in your hoodie or shirt or whatever, or hopefully in your apron, or if you were just wearing a t-shirt, it would probably be stuck through your shirt and in your belly. Or if you were wearing shorts, it'd be stuck in your legs. Essential. Always, always, always wear your safety glasses and have gloves on too. You only got one set of eyes. Let's make sure and protect them. But anyway, going back, I do like the product for polishing and removing rust, removing scale. I probably will take it and go back and work on this a little bit. I haven't decided what finish I'm going with on this. They do show in the back of the catalog here where you can actually stack these up in different sizes and put them on your bench grinder. Down there at the bottom, there's a couple different thicknesses, and you can put them together right there to fit on your bench grinder if you want to. So I'll put a link in the description for Dedeco. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. And on their website, it shows all the products they have. And then also, I can put a link on there for their Amazon store. They sell a lot of stuff on Amazon, where their company is actually located at. He told me they have to charge an arm and a leg for shipping because of they're out in the boonies, and it just takes a lot for the trucks to get to them to get stuff shipped out. So their main priority of sales is Amazon. I will tell you that by going by what they told me. So links are in the description for Dedeco's website, and also he suggested using their Amazon store if you guys do want to pick some stuff up. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It's kind of a neat, innovative product. Once again, I'm impressed with how it cleans things up. I'm not impressed with what the removal is, but It could be me just misinterpreting what their catalog says, or me pressing way too hard. So don't know. Anyway guys, hope you like that. Pretty neat product. Happy that I did get some of the things that I do have from them. Probably will make some purchases in the future. Like I said, just for removing the rust scale. Perfect. So if you don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.